Today, we are going to explore a powerful truth that can completely change how women see you, especially as you grow older and more experienced. And here's what makes it interesting: it has nothing to do with money, it has nothing to do with your looks, and it has nothing to do with clever pickup lines. The real trigger is much deeper. It begins with two simple words. These two words activate emotional responses most men never realize exist. They create connection, they create attraction, they create emotional memory. And today you will learn exactly what these words are. You will understand why they work so powerfully, but there is also a detail most men ignore, and this small detail separates forgettable men from unforgettable ones completely. Stay focused until the end, because once you understand this, your communication will never feel the same again. For many years, experts have observed thousands of real interactions between men and women. And one truth appears again and again. The men who attract women naturally are not always the richest. They are not always the most physically attractive. They are simply emotionally direct and clear. While most men hide behind safe conversations, hoping to avoid rejection, strong men communicate differently. They express themselves clearly, they speak without fear, they do not hide their intentions. They use simple emotional clarity, and this clarity acts like a key. It unlocks emotional doors inside her mind that most men never even approach or understand fully. The human brain responds strongly to emotional certainty. When words carry clarity and confidence, they create emotional anchors. These anchors connect feelings to memory, and emotional memory creates attraction. This is not guesswork. This is emotional psychology. When you communicate clearly, you create emotional impact. When you hesitate, you create emotional distance. This difference changes how she experiences you deeply. The first powerful word is simple. It is the word I want. It sounds basic, but its impact is enormous. When you say I want clearly, you show emotional ownership, you show emotional direction. You are not asking permission. You are not hiding behind uncertainty. You are expressing yourself directly. This direct expression signals strength and emotional stability immediately and naturally. Women respond strongly to emotional direction. They feel safe when a man understands his desires clearly, not because he controls her, but because he controls himself. Emotional certainty creates emotional safety. Emotional safety creates attraction. When you say, I want, you show leadership. You show emotional independence. You show that your presence is grounded and intentional completely. Think about the difference between hesitation and clarity. When you say, maybe we could do something later, if you want, you communicate uncertainty. You communicate doubt. You communicate emotional insecurity. But when you say, I want to take you somewhere special, everything changes. Your energy shifts. Your presence becomes intentional. Your emotional direction becomes clear and attractive immediately. This is not about force. This is about emotional presence. This is about emotional confidence. You are not demanding. You are expressing. You are creating emotional movement. Emotional movement creates emotional tension. Emotional tension creates attraction. She feels your certainty. She feels your presence. She feels your emotional stability without you needing to explain anything further. This emotional clarity activates something deeper inside her mind. It activates emotional polarity. Emotional polarity creates attraction naturally. She feels your grounded masculine presence. She feels your emotional direction, and her emotional energy responds automatically, not logically, emotionally. This emotional reaction creates interest. It creates curiosity. It creates emotional connection slowly and naturally. Now, the second word completes this emotional equation. This word creates emotional depth. This word is I appreciate. This word changes everything because attraction is not built only on desire. It is built on emotional recognition. When you say I appreciate, you show emotional awareness. You show emotional presence. You show that you see her beyond surface appearance. When you combine I want and I appreciate, you create emotional balance. You show emotional strength and emotional depth at the same time. You express desire and you express recognition. This combination creates emotional safety. Emotional safety creates emotional openness. Emotional openness creates emotional attraction. She feels emotionally seen. She feels emotionally valued and respected. For example, instead of simply saying, I want to see you again, you add emotional depth. You say, I want to see you again. I appreciate how you think. Now, your words carry emotional weight. You are not only expressing desire, you are expressing emotional recognition. This creates emotional impact. Emotional impact creates emotional memory that lasts longer. Most men only focus on physical compliments, they stay on the surface, they never go deeper, but emotional recognition creates deeper connection. When you appreciate her mind, her presence, her energy, she feels understood. Feeling understood creates emotional safety. Emotional safety creates attraction naturally. She remembers how you made her feel emotionally, not just physically. There is also an important difference between needing and choosing. When you appreciate from emotional strength, you are choosing her. You are not depending on her. Women feel this difference immediately. Emotional dependence creates pressure. Emotional independence creates attraction. When appreciation comes from strength, it feels authentic, it feels grounded, it feels emotionally real and powerful. But there is one mistake that destroys everything. This mistake is emotional incongruence. Emotional incongruence happens when your words and your body do not match. If your words show confidence, but your body shows insecurity, your message breaks. Emotional communication is not only words, it is presence, it is tone, it is emotional stability completely. Your posture matters, your eye contact matters, your voice rhythm matters. When you say, I want, your presence must remain calm and stable. When you say, I appreciate, your tone must show sincerity. Emotional communication is felt, not analyzed. She feels emotional truth instantly. Emotional authenticity creates emotional trust naturally and deeply. Timing also matters deeply. You do not use these words constantly. You use them when emotional moments exist. Emotional timing creates emotional impact. For example, at the end of a meaningful conversation, emotional clarity creates emotional memory. When you express desire and appreciation together, she remembers how you made her feel completely and emotionally seen. This creates emotional anchoring. Emotional anchoring connects your presence to emotional memory. Every time she thinks of you, she remembers emotional safety and emotional clarity. This emotional association strengthens attraction over time. Emotional memory builds emotional connection naturally. Emotional connection builds lasting attraction slowly and deeply inside her emotional world. You now understand something most men never learn. Attraction is built on emotional clarity and emotional recognition. It is built on presence. It is built on emotional strength. You do not need perfection. You need emotional authenticity. You need emotional direction. When your words and presence align, attraction follows naturally without force or effort. Use these words with honesty. Use them with emotional awareness. Use them when you truly feel them. Emotional authenticity creates emotional impact. Emotional impact creates emotional attraction. You do not need tricks. You need emotional clarity. You need emotional presence. This is what creates lasting emotional connection and unforgettable emotional experience.